So guys, I have an update. It's currently 11 a.m. and I just made my first sale of the day. A person purchased a small keychain octo and a fruit. That was my first sale for the fruits. I was like, maybe they're not working for me, but right now somebody purchased an orange from me and I'm very happy about that. Hello everyone, so it's been a few days to the market and I really wanted to record this video right after the market because I had so many emotions and I really wanted to do this while I had all of those emotions, just to give you a clear idea of how I was feeling like, but life happens. So it's been a few days already and I think most of my emotions have died down or settled, but still I have a lot to say about this market, so buckle in, grab a coffee so that we can begin. Okay, so let's get the important things out of the way first. So from the title and the thumbnail of the video, you might already be aware that this market was a huge flop. I'm not too sure what I'll be doing with the thumbnail and the title, but I'm hoping that I posted it like that. Anyways, so I'm not too sure if I gave you the details of the market before this, but this market was kind of a nerdy market where it focused more on anime and manga and those kind of stuff, like the weird characters and very niche down markets. And there were a lot of vendors in this market who were selling artwork related to anime and manga, and those kind of characters. So there were stickers and art prints and handmade art and stuff like that. So it was really focused on that kind of stuff. So the location of the market was very prime. It was very near to the core downtown area. It could be considered like downtown, but it wasn't actually downtown area, but very near to it. There was a streetcar that connected to it. The stop was right in front of the venue, so it was really accessible. People were walking by, so I was really hopeful that this market will have a lot of foot traffic given its prime location, but as we'll see, that was not the case. So the market timings were 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. in the evening, and we reached the market venue an hour before the market started. So when we reached the venue, the first thing that we noticed was there was no signage and no indication that there's a market happening in this location. The only indication that confirmed that we are at the right location is there were other vendors who were unloading their stuff at the loading dock. So that was our indication, and that is how we were able to find where the loading dock was. So there was no indication and no signage even for showing the vendors that the loading dock is at this location. So there was a main entrance, and then if you just took a turn around the corner, there was the loading dock. So we had no idea where the loading dock was. We just turned around in the street and saw that that a lot of vendors were unloading there. So we parked a car there and unloaded as well. We entered the venue and we were welcomed by the organizers. It was nice and hassle-free. They showed us our setup location and it was without any issues and all. Okay, so once we were showed our location, the very first thing I noticed about the market was its weird layout. So the tables were connected head to head without any space between them for vendors to move back and forth from behind the table to the front of the table. And if you have done any markets, you might already know that this is very important, that you have some space to move freely from back of the table to the front of the table, because especially while setting up, because you have to set up all of the things, and when you have a lot of people seeing your things, picking them up and putting them down, you have to go from behind the table to the front to put things in place and make it presentable once again, because some people do pick up your things and they cannot put those things in those places like they were before. So that was the very first thing that came to my mind when I saw that there was no space for me to move from back to the front freely. And it was a huge hassle sorry, it was a huge hassle throughout the market, because I was right around the corner where the exit was, but there were other vendors who were in that row, like very far away from the exit. So throughout the market they had to like walk down from their location to the exit point, and like it was a huge thing. So there was enough space for people to walk from behind us, but it was only because we were like sitting very close to the table. My husband, being a big guy, he had to sit throughout the market sideways so that he was not blocking the way for the people to like walk freely. And also there was another vendor right beside us around the corner, and they had some display things, like it was a venue thing, like there were some side sort of like display things that were stored behind that space where they were located. And because of that, there was barely any space for people to walk from behind them. And I'm pretty sure they didn't say it, but they were really uncomfortable throughout the market, because people were passing from there and they had to like go out of their space to provide way for the people to walk out of. So I don't know what the organizers were thinking about it and what they had in mind, but it was not a good experience for those vendors. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, so we have talked about the layout now. Another thing that happened was that in the application form, there was additional $10 fee if you booked a table with them. So when I reached the venue, I noticed that they had provided me with a table as well when I had selected that I will be bringing my own table, but they had provided me with an 8 feet table. The only issue was that I didn't have an 8 feet long tablecloth, so I had to request to remove that from my space, and I used my own tables, a 6 feet table and then a 4 feet table to make an L configuration. But so the reason for mentioning this is that they had taken a $10 fee for providing the table. So if they had tables already at the venue, it seemed unfair that they charged extra for the tables, and especially unfair for those who had paid for the tables. So if they had provided enough tables for all the vendors, if they had them, there was no reason to charge that $10 fee. And if they were charging the $10 fee, there was no reason to have those extra tables available there as well. I don't know, that seemed like an unfair deal for the other vendors. Although I had not paid for the tables, I could have easily taken that, but it's something that I felt I should mention. So I mentioned this briefly, that there was no signage and no indication that a market was happening at this location. Elaborating on that fact, honestly, I didn't feel like the organizers had put in any effort to market this event and to tell the public that there is an event happening, or to spread the word out. I didn't see any social media posts or ads being run like I've seen being done with a lot of other markets that I come across on Facebook. So and this is not the very first time that they're doing markets, and it's not like they didn't have any idea how to run a market or how to do an event. As I mentioned previously as well, a lot of vendors who had been to this market really recommended that I do this market because my stuff is right up their alley and it will sell very well there. So I went in with very high hopes that they know how to organize an event, but it was a huge disappointment when I saw that there was not even a signage put outside the event to let the people know that there is a market happening. Only after when the market started, there was a banner put out in the glass display that this market is happening inside. So it is not like people would like see that and like come right in if there is no like nothing done outside the venue to like incite people to like come inside and see the event happening. I don't know, I'm really disappointed. It's not like they didn't know, it's just that they were lazy to not put in that effort and not like put in the funds to like market this event well. It was very poorly, I think, marketed. Poorly is like not a word here. They didn't market at all. So yes, it was very disappointing. Okay, so since there was no marketing done, obviously people did not know about the market, and so there was no foot traffic at all. Only the people who follow their Facebook event page, they came to the market. And if I tell you honestly, there were only 100 people who showed interest in the event, and then only 20 people who said that they went to the market, and that included the vendors as well. And to tell you, there were 40 vendors in the event, and not all of them like said that they are like going to the event or stuff like that. So that gives you an idea that those 20 people included the vendors as well. So take it as you will, but that should have been a red flag even before I went to the market. But sometimes people like don't feel like interacting with the event, so I went in hoping that people have not interacted on the event page and might show up, because that is what I have been told, people. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really frustrated. I thought that my emotions had died down and they have settled, but talking about the market once again brings back all the memories of the event. And like I don't know, I recorded a small video to like send to my family, and I'll put it in here. It seemed like there was like, usually when you're in college and there's a lab happening and everybody is sitting at their table doing their own thing, it felt like something like that. It didn't even look like a market. So in the initial 4 or 5 hours, there were hardly any people that showed up to the market. I think there were 3 or 4 people that showed up during that time. And throughout the whole market, there were no more than 20 people that showed up. I'm being very generous with that number here, and the people who showed up in the beginning, they stayed till the very end. So that's how like the market seemed a little bit full throughout the day. But I don't know, there was no foot traffic at all. So I talked to other vendors on the venue, and they all seemed really disappointed with the event. There were repeat vendors here as well. They told me that they did this market in the past, and this market is very disappointing. They weren't expecting this from the organizers. They knew the organizers well, and I don't know. And there were some new vendors as well. They also were really disappointed. So all in all, everybody was not happy about how the market went. And there were other activities besides like the vendors as well. So there was a crafting station, and there were some performances that were supposed to happen. And I don't remember what other stuff was there, but there were some other things that were happening in one corner of the market. About the performances, it felt like little to no effort being put in those performances as well. Like, it wasn't an organized event, so to say. The performances, they were happening very randomly at very random times as well. It was like so I think there were in total 4 or 5 performances that happened, and the same person would do a dance first and then a singing. And I don't know, people didn't seem like they were prepared for those performances as well. Like, don't get me wrong, they must be like very good performers, but it didn't seem like they prepared for this event specifically. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have good things to say about this event, no matter how much I try. I don't know. Okay, another thing that I got to know from the repeat vendors of the event is that this event usually happens at a specific location, and this time it was happening at a different location, and that might be one of the reasons that people did not show up at the market. Also, this is usually a summer event, and this time around it was happening in winters, and that could be another reason for people to not know about the market and not expecting the market to happen, and that is why they didn't show up. But I believe those two are valid reasons. But I also believe if the marketing was done right, there might be some new people who would have explored this market this time around. But not having any marketing done about the event did not help the event at all. And I did expect the organizers to have put in a little more effort, given that this was a very expensive market. Again, if you don't know, 150 Canadian dollars is a very high ticket for a one-day event. Okay, so after the event, I posted a review in this Facebook group that I am a part of, where people post reviews about the markets in Ontario to let other people know if the event was good or bad, and to book this event or not, and to share all of their experiences about the events that they're doing. So I posted my review about this event, including what other repeat vendors told me. And there were two things that I got to know about this event. So the first one was that a lady mentioned that she did attend their summer event, and it was equally as flop as I mentioned this event to be. So I'm not too sure why people are raving about this event. Maybe like this event used to be a big deal back in the day and now it is not. I have no idea. So secondly, I also found out that at the same location where this event was happening, there was another event happening. Maybe like the hall where this event was happening has like multiple levels, and there is another regular event that happens in the same location, and it was happening on the same day as well. So there is a weekend market that happens usually at this location, and people tend to show up for that market, and it is a very busy market, and that might also have affected the foot traffic in this market. But I feel like if that was the case, it would have caused the people to like show up for this market as well. For example, if there are two markets happening at the same location, it only makes sense for people to explore both of these markets. So I'm not too sure what happened with this market. There were some people who were randomly showing up, and they were speaking to the event organizers on the door, and after speaking to the organizers, they would just leave the market. Maybe they figured this market is not for them, or maybe they were deterred by the entrance fee or something like that, or maybe they were the attendees of the other market that I mentioned, and they figured this is not the right market and they just left. But there were no people who walked into the market. Usually, like, you do a market at a prime location for people to walk into the market randomly as well. So that is how people explore new events as well. They find out about the new events that might be up their alley. So it's not like there are only those 200, 300 people who regularly attend this market are the only ones who are interested in anime and manga and all of that stuff. There would be other people as well. And Toronto is a big city, and it is a city where a lot of immigrants come in. So people are moving in and out of the city. So I don't know. I'm really frustrated. It doesn't make sense for me to believe that people were not interested in this event. There are a lot of people out there who are interested in all of this stuff. I know a lot of people in my community who are interested in this thing, but they wouldn't have known about this market because nobody told them. So I don't know. I'm very disappointed, to say the least. So yes. And along with the second market that regularly happens at this location, there were two other markets that were happening around the same area. And the person who posted the comment told me that this location is a hit and a miss because of all of these reasons. Again, I don't like to agree, because when there are markets happening in the same area, people would like to walk into all of those markets to see like if they can find something entertaining or interesting for their taste. So I don't think that that is a deterrent for people to not visit the market. Apart from the fact that they did not know that this specific event is happening at this location and it would have so and so things. Again, it comes down to the marketing aspect. People did not know about the market because it wasn't marketed. Okay, so now comes the big important question: will I be booking this market again? So if you have not concluded this by now, I should tell you that I will not be booking this market again. And I'll be really honest here, I was 50-50 after attending this event, because again, as I got the reviews from other vendors that this is a summer event, so I was thinking of maybe doing the summer event. But after seeing the comments on my post, I have decided to not book this market ever again in the future. So yes. Okay, so we already know that this event was a flop event, but still we need to talk about how many items I sold and how much was I able to make. So I sold a total of 4 things and I made a grand total of $80 in this market, and I did not even cover the table fee. So yes, when I tell you it was a flop market, this is why. And yes, there were a lot of times, a lot of points in the market where I wanted to just up and leave the event because it wasn't getting any better. And when the event is this dead, it's very hard for you to even pass the time. So that was the case here as well. I was really happy that the event ended because I could finally go home. So yes, that is all for this video. The only advice I will give you after doing this event is that don't book an event because other people are recommending it. Do your own research before booking an event. Don't be like me and like just go with people's words, because a market might have been a success in the past, but do talk to the people or like try to find out if this event was a success the last time it happened. And I know that not like events can be a hit and a miss, even if they are happening at the same time, even if the organizers are very seasoned and all of that stuff, there's still a lot of factors that can break or make the event. But still, going into the market without any research is not a wise idea. Just going into the market because it is a famous market is not a good idea. You need to talk to a lot of the people that showed up at the last event to make up your mind. So yes, especially when the stakes are this high, $150 is a very high price to pay for a single day event for an 8 feet table. So yes, I would like to end this video here on a sad note. I will just go and calm myself down because I'm again really angry again after talking to you about this event. Okay, with that, I will end the video here and I'll go calm myself down. Please make sure to like subscribe to my channel, like the video if you liked it, and comment down below if you had any such experiences of yourself and what are your thoughts and opinions and what are your learnings and what is your advice to other people about such events or like doing any event in general. Maybe I'll also find some good advice in the comments down below. So yes, with that, I'll end the video here and stay safe, stay connected and stay happy, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.